All right, it is day 29 on Road to a Million, and a couple of things have happened today. I'm recording this a little bit earlier in the day because I'm going to go see a movie with my sister later tonight. She's a big Harry Potter fan, and I figured I made these promises to her about a month ago or so that we'd go see the last three, so essentially that's what we're going to be doing over these next 3 Sundays. Something that I wanted to talk about today was essentially there's going to be people that don't believe you, and I've talked about this before as well too, is like the people closest to you are going to question what you have to do because a lot of them are going to believe that you are the person that you are right now, like that you are the person that you were when they met you. Essentially they aren't going to understand that you've evolved, that you've changed, and that's why like stepping away, or like not even stepping away, but coming and telling your parents what you want to do with your life, or your friends or other people that like you have in your world right now, they aren't always going to believe you because they're going to be like, well, Caleb or whoever you are right now wasn't at this specific place when I met him, and he's already all the way over here, and I'm still here, like just living my life as I am. And there's nothing wrong with how anybody lives their life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that anybody that wants anything exceptional in life is going to have to give up certain aspects and going to have to transition away from certain friends. And it's not a bad thing, but certain friends won't believe what you have to do or what you have to say because they haven't experienced the things that you've experienced. And if people have experienced the things that I have, and this is why I kind of prefer like cold outreach and doing ads and not going within my network of people that I know already, because the network of people that I know already with warm leads, like, yes, there probably is some people of value that I can find in there, and I will find them of value after I prove one to myself. Like I already know that I can. It's already happened it's already happened. It's already done essentially. So once I get this actually here, then at that point in time, it's like, okay, I can reach out to other friends if they really want to, mainly just one friend or whatever it may be. But hey, dude, like I did $6 million in profit last month. Okay, not 6 million. We'll get up to that point, but it's like I did six figures in profit last month, and you're over here still paying yourself what, $9,000 a year or $9,000 a month or whatever it is. It's like, I understand that you're doing other things as well, and I wish you the best on those. If you want me to help you scale yours or figure out how we can increase your margins so you can have more take home, more than happy to do so. I just know that right now you don't believe me and the things that I have to say, because you still think of me as this kid in college, and that's perfectly fine by me because that gives me an advantage. That gives me a leg up in this game of business, this game of life, this game of money, and that's perfectly okay. And these are the things that I enjoy because, like, it's funny because when I talked with these other people at like the anime convention or in the sauna today, or any new stranger that I meet, it's like, oh yeah, no, I like your mindset. Let's connect. Like, let's get some information. Let's connect in some way, shape, or form. And I'm like, yeah, awesome. Let's do this. So, like any new person that I run into seems, because they meet me with where I'm at right now. People in the past, and this is just how it is with everybody, at least from my personal experience, is people in the past, they view us as we were then. Like they say that they don't, but they do. Because there's certain people that like I did for the longest time, like my youngest sister, like I viewed her as like this child because I only knew her as a child. And then when I got back and I actually got to experience her and see her as an adult, I was like, oh wow, she isn't just a child anymore. She's actually a fully grown woman, and she has her own ideas, values, and beliefs. And I was like, this is absolutely incredible. So like everybody can have that exact same realization as well to you. It's just when you don't talk to people long enough and then they come back and it's like, hey, I'm doing this with my life, like it's hard for them to come to that realization. So what I ended up doing today, like when I was in the sauna, I was talking with some guy and I was like, hey, like I actually asked for a referral, and he's like, he was like, what gives you the credentials to be able to do this type of coaching? And I was like, well, I've been able to like grow my bench from like 225 all the way up to 300, my squat all the way from like 225 all the way up to 425 in X amount of time. So my deadlift, I was also doing like 405 and I got it up to 500. So it's like I have credentials in there. My mindfulness, like I practiced yoga for 4 or 5 years. I've journaled as well. So it's like I have these ideas, and that's why like primarily I still want to focus on the yoga studios just for the primary fact that they have more capital, they have more income, so I can at least leave my job sooner. It's going to be, I think, maybe a little bit harder to sell, but that's why like I have a list right now of essentially just objections that I've been hearing from other people and objections that I've been giving myself. And I write them down each and every single time, because it's like if I can overcome them like in this moment, then the next time I can overcome them again and the next time. Or if I couldn't this time, then I will be able to next time. So me having this list of essentially like just objections of like how to get your first 5 to 10, 15 yogis, or it's like $2,500 is a lot, or hey, what do you charge? And like I actually had a guy today in the sauna ask me what like I charge, and I told him I was like, I'm doing the first 5 for free, and maybe this was my sign was like, hey, I don't have to do the first 5 for free. Like I can charge for the information that I do have because clearly it is valuable to the right person. And that's why like I'm focusing more on ads and making my offer, my lead magnet, essentially so good that it's what somebody would pay for from somebody else in my industry, essentially. So I'm working on doing that, and like on the side, like I'm still making like anime YouTube shorts videos, just because it gives me a moment just to kind of step back and like do something that's more creative, that isn't, I guess, centralized around me doing this type of selling or this type of business. And maybe that's a downfall. I've yet to figure that out quite yet, but I like seeing the growth of just little small hits of dopamine. Like when I do get like one of the videos on the shorts to get like 10,000 views or whatever it may be, I like seeing those, and I like seeing able to use the benefits of automation and AI. And that's why it's like, hey, you guys can also start this on your own. Like I started my own coaching consulting business while I was also creating like YouTube content, while I was working a 9-to-5 job, while I was doing all these other things. So like if you say that you're busy, like that's just an excuse, because you're not busy. Like you're spending time on social media, you're spending time watching Netflix, you're spending time doing unproductive activities that aren't actually bringing you closer to your end goal. And that's why like I'm doing all these multiple different things to be able to be like, there's no excuse for being busy or not busy. Like if you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. Like going to the gym. Like if you really want to go to the gym, you'll find time to go to the gym. If you really want to go dating, you'll find time to go dating. Like if you really want to start a business, you'll find time to start your business. If that means giving up Netflix or giving up like favorite YouTubers that you used to watch, like Mr. Beast, Eric, or Smitty, or like those are at least people that I loved watching. Like I still watch them occasionally, like maybe once. Not so much Eric or Mr. Beast, but like I might watch a Smitty video every now and then, just because it's like it's a comic relief for me. So like I still do that on occasion, because like you don't have to give everything up to be able to achieve your goals. Like you have to give up certain things, or at least the amount of time that you give to those certain things. Like I still watch movies, I still watch TV. Like maybe that does put a hindrance on my ability to grow, but it's like I'm also still taking courses online. I'm still reading books. Like I'm meditating more than I have been in the past 2 years, and it feels absolutely fantastic. And I'm pushing myself beyond the limits of what I thought was possible. And I just have this different shift in my head that I don't think many people have. And that's why like this call that just happened, like I was going through like, yeah, dude, like, I mean, I'm more than happy to help you figure it out, like if you want to. And he's like, no, it's because he doesn't see me as I see me, and nobody does see me as I see me. Nobody ever will. So that's where the sales comes in. That's where the conviction of like being able to be like, hey, this is where I was at, and this is how I can get you here as well. And that's why I think it is much more of like a mental shift. And I did want to ask him today, and I didn't end up doing it. I probably should have, was like, because I don't think he'd admit it. It's sad because I wouldn't admit it either for at least the longest time. It's tough to admit something. Like it hurts. Aspects of yourself have to die when you do admit those things. So I should have asked him, was like, hey, was I, like when I came out to visit you in Charlotte, was I part of the reason for you wanting to live your job because of the conversation that we had of for you thinking too small? And most likely he would say no. But I can guarantee you that it was like I did help him do that. And even if it was just a little bit, that's okay. And even if I don't get the recognition from it, that's okay. I'm not out here to get the recognition. I'm not out here to like get tons of praise for what I do. I'm here just to help somebody get just this much closer to the life that they want to live, because I love the life that I live. I love what I do every single day. Like I don't dread waking up. I don't dread having to do whatever I have to do on a given daily basis. Like there's things that I might not 100% enjoy, and that's why I work towards getting away from those things so I don't have to do them any longer. But there are certain times in our life where we have to do things that we don't always enjoy to be able to get to the place that we do enjoy. So there are those certain situations or sacrifices that you have to balance in your life as well. And that's where like me having a podcast that ties into like the course, the coaching that I do provide is fantastic. Or me being able to be like, hey, these are the results that I have been able to gain from my sales. I'd like to do the same thing for you and teach your team how to sell as well, and how to package offers and the ways to frame things. And if not, like the other option that I have is going more down like the mindful. Like I did have an idea where it's like calling all yoga, like, because like this is an ad example essentially, calling all yoga studio owners If you're looking to grow your yoga studio from 0 to 100 new clients, 100 new yogis within 14 days or less without spending $1 on advertising, click this link below to download the free training that I have put together on teaching you how you can do this exact same thing from scratch. And then from that page, once I have that, it's like, okay, book a free call with me so we can do one-on-one consulting, and then I will help you scale even higher than that in a shorter period of time. So I have these ideas, and I'm implementing them right now. Essentially, it takes time, and I'm not bagging on that. The other idea that I had for an ad as well too was like calling all yogis and gym bros. If you're willing to learn how to find the balance between your mind and your relaxation, sign up now for this free link in this training on how I was able to go from this poor little guy that was skinny and shameful of who he was as a person over to the successful person that was able to move out of his parents' basement in record time thanks to the reflection of my own mind. Like, there's these different ideas or thoughts that I have, and both of those are pretty good. So that's why it's like, the reason why I'm not going for gym bros and yogis right now is because, like, I would have to get 100 times more of them in the door to be able to pay for my bills, to pay for the lifestyle, to pay for the income. Whereas the yogis, all I have to do is get five yogis, 5 yoga studio owners to pay me $2,500 a month. At that point in time, like, I'm taking home $12,000 a month. And then if I get one more, 6, I get 6, there's 15 right there. So it's really not that difficult. Is that right? Yeah, 15. So if I get 6 yoga studio owners, like, I'm making $15,000 right there, and I'm working 6 hours a week for each of them by helping them have their one-on-one coaching and auditing and helping their team grow, essentially. Like, it's going to be valuable to them. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm not really worried at all. Like, I have belief, I have my trust, I have faith that things are just going to work out. And it's a great feeling to have, and it is a surreal feeling once you do realize that, like, we are God. God is within us, and everybody else is God and has the powers of God within them. And once you come to that realization, it's fantastic. It's just, as much as I wish I could, I can't shake people into coming to that realization. I just have to live by example, and hopefully it'll inspire somebody to do something bigger than they thought they could.